All right, Shedeur Sanders just made his NFL debut. I did post a video covering his very first drive, so you're going to see after this clip, we're going to go into that video, and then I'm going to break down a little bit more towards the end. But right here, we're going to get a deep side dig from Harold Fannin. You are going to see kind of David Njoku break wide open over the middle. Offensive line actually is good on this play compared to other plays. We'll see that later. Now, they're in a five-man scat, slide right, man left. Running back's going to get out of the backfield. We're going to get, I believe, 2 chip and releases off David Njoku and the bottom side receiver. I believe that's Malachi Corley. And obviously, Shedeur Sanders does a good job sitting in the pocket, right? Third step hits the back foot. The back foot hits the ground. We're kind of just sitting here. I would like to see him maybe hitch up in the pocket a little bit. Ultimately, does get that football off just in the nick of time and throws a laser over the second level, right? Layers it over the second level of the defense. Finds Harold Fannin for a 25-yard pickup. Starts the drive perfectly, right? Goes to the 2-minute warning. Had a couple of balls that weren't great. We'll probably show those a little bit later. Or there was one of them that was a little bit of an overthrow. And yeah, we'll show those. But again, stay tuned. Hit the like button. Subscribe. Join the family. Let's go. Shedeur Sanders just made his NFL debut. The first drive of his NFL career. Didn't go exactly the way he wanted it to go, but did complete a couple of passes, and I kind of wanted to break it down. Going to be a short little video, just going to go through his debut here as a Cleveland Brown, his debut as an NFL quarterback. Shedeur Sanders gets his first snap in an actual regular season game. Let's just dive into it. All right, here we go. The first snap of his career. First and 10 here for the Cleveland Browns. Going to start with a little bit of pre-snap motion. Now we're going to work off a play action or an RPO. Offensive line is going to be in what we call a full slide off to the left. Tight end is going to pick up on the man side. And we are going to be ultimately running this little hitch towards the bottom side in a route getting up the seam, trying to take away a couple of defenders. Now, all we're doing is trying to sell the play fake, get out early on the little bootleg, and get the ball out quickly. And that's exactly what he does here. Again, you're going to see the offensive line in a full slide off to the left. Tight end Harold Fannin Jr., another rookie, is going to pick up on the man side. As we bootleg out, we are, and let me move my screen a little bit, we are reading these two guys. See how they're kind of attached right there? We got a one-on-one to the bottom side versus Nate Wiggins. Ball is out early on time, and he leads him back. He doesn't put it on him because that would have gave Nate Wiggins a chance to disrupt the play. We pick up about 5 yards on his first throw as an NFL quarterback. I thought he was very instinctual. I thought he was decisive, and I thought he ripped that thing in there. Now, on the second play of the drive, they did have a holding call, which ultimately brought them right back to like 2nd and 15, which obviously wasn't amazing. Really quickly, we are going to drop a part 2 to this video, guys, before we dive into this. Where we break down the entirety of his NFL debut. I just want to showcase his first NFL drive. So hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new for more Shedeur Sanders updates throughout the entirety of the year. And let's keep going. Now, ultimately, I could not find the 2nd and 15 pass to David Njoku. It was basically like a quick little dump down that picked up another 7 to 8 yards. Now forcing this 3rd and 8 here on, again, his opening drive in the NFL. Now, they're going to send a ton of pressure through the A-gap. The offensive line is in a 6-man scat, which means they're sliding off to the left, man-to-man to the right. You can see the right tackle is doing absolutely nothing at the point of attack because they end up dropping Kyle Van Noy, but they send Kyle Hamilton, who just kind of dominates Jerome Ford on that man side, blows him up, and then they get a free lane to the quarterback, and ultimately he does take the sack. I cannot wait to break down the all-22. He does start off left, and honestly, I know you have a free guy here coming off the edge. We got to try to get this football out right here. We got to at least try. He looks this way. Probably doesn't throw it because he thinks this guy could jump it or at least swat it down. You also have David Njoku over the middle. Got to get the ball out, and you see him pump fake there. He wants it. The guy jumps it. Now it's kind of too late because they do have a linebacker over there, and ultimately does end up taking the sack. Now, again, the big knock on Shedeur Sanders is, does he hold on to the ball too much? Does he hold on to it too long? Again, 5-man scat, slide left. They're really counting on the running back Jerome Ford here to pick up through that man gap and just completely gets demoralized. I wish he could have thrown the ball here. because we had something. Again, does a really good job playing that passing lane. We panic a little bit. Had David Njoku as well, maybe. Does hold on to the ball a little bit. Yeah, I mean, let me know what you guys think. I'll try one more time to find the David Njoku dump down, but that is his first NFL drive. I mean, completed 2 passes. The holding, if they didn't have the holding call, probably end up getting a first down and move the chains. So, we'll see. He'll probably get another drive here. We're probably going to make a video covering his entirety, the entirety of his debut, but I'm going to end the first drive here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. I do want to point out, guys, as we continue to break down more of his game, that a lot of people are going to complain about the offensive line, which I get, because watch his play, okay? Offensive line is going to slide to the right. Essentially, what you see is 3 guys guarding 1 right here, okay? 3 guys guarding 1. Now, a lot of us are going to say, well, they're in a, let's say, they're in a 7-man scat protection, slide right, man left. They have the running back picking up the A-gap. He doesn't do well, right? And then you got your 2-mans over here. The offensive line did not help him out. Now, again, I'll play both sides where he needs, and it's very tough. When you're getting shown a double mug, you don't know who's dropping back. You have no idea, right? So they slide to the linebacker. They slide that center to the linebacker, when in reality what they should have done was slid to Kyle Hamilton. But at the end of the day, you don't know where he's coming from. Running back could have done a better job. And the center has to understand. He's got to be quicker. Look at the center, okay? Look at the center right here. He slides. He realizes there's only 1 guy coming. We don't need 3 guys against 1. Let me quickly slide to the other side, or at least look to see if they're going to run something in. Exactly, they do. They stunt back over right through the A-gap. We force that ball out early, and ultimately throws a pick to Nate Wiggins, right? Now, a lot of people are going to say it's on Shedeur Sanders. I will say, part of it is. Part of it's not. I would say 30% of that's on Shedeur. And the other, 70%'s not, because the offensive line's got to be better. The running back's got to be better, right? Jerome Ford's gotta be better here. Put a body on him, right? But more importantly, the center has to understand, why are we still sliding? We have to be more instinctual. Let's go. What are we doing? But ultimately, Shedeur could have slid the protection the other direction. So I don't want to blame him for this pick, but ultimately does force a pass. You don't really want to force passes because they'll turn into interceptions. Monday Night Football is officially here. We got Packers, we got Eagles. Should be a really good game. At least in my opinion, it's got that potential. Now, I'm having so much fun in the Sleeper app. I can possibly over 1,000x my money every single day on this app, and it is been so much fun so far, and I kind of wanted to share you some of my picks before we do so. Now, you guys can see them, but if you use my promo code DUBS, you see it right here, you are going to get a 100% match deposit up to $100, which means if you put in $100, they're going to give you $100. If you put in 50, they'll give you 50, right? It is a steal, I would do it just for that. Now, take a look at my picks. I'm going Saquon Barkley, more than 50 rushing yards. A.J. Brown, more than 40 receiving yards. Jalen Hurts, at least 1 touchdown. Jordan Love, more than 200 passing yards. And Romeo Doubs, more than 40 receiving yards. It's all lower than you may think, and I think it's safe. 30 to win 63. Not too crazy, not too wild. Let me know what you guys are doing for tonight. Are you going big? Are you staying safe? Let me know, and let's get back to the video. Take a look at this play, right? We're going to be in a 5-man scat protection where we're going to get kind of like a slide over here to the left. We're going to get man-to-man to the right. Now, you're going to notice one thing specifically on this play. Our right guard gets demoralized. Right when we get the ball, we take 2 steps and we're already getting pressured. Offensive line is terrible here in Cleveland. I can't say much more. A lot of people are going to say he's got to get the ball out. Where's he going to go? Where's he going to go with this football? He's already pressured. His wide receivers haven't even broken on their routes yet. We get outside the pocket. The only option here is probably what we throw, but it has to be a little bit behind because this guy's playing this passing lane, right? If you throw anywhere near him, he's probably going to deflect it, so we're kind of forced to... I mean, he probably should have lofted it to the sideline. A little bit behind. 77's complaining about something. I'm not sure what. I think he wanted it offsides. But I watched the clip from a different camera angle, and it looked like it was timed up pretty good. So here's a play. It doesn't show the whole thing, but he spins out of a defender, in Malachi Starks, I believe, tosses into the end zone. Was a good read. I believe this was actually a really good read here. Just puts a little bit too much air under it and overthrows him out of the back of the end zone. Probably could have been the game-tying touchdown. I want to see the other angle of this throw, and we will have a full breakdown, probably on my main channel. This is going to come out on the second channel. We're going to have a full video breakdown of Shedeur Sanders. If you want that video, hit the like button, subscribe, join the family. But yeah, we're going to end the video here. Some good things, some bad things. Obviously, did not look great. Offensive line looked terrible, like always. Yeah, we're going to have to deep dive into it, man. I want to look at the all-22, so I'll see you guys for that video. Peace.